I think when people think of auto salvage, they think about junkyards. Either you're a junkyard or you're a salvage yard. This whole business has changed so much.
People think these are just still greasy, small, you really don't want to go in there type of places, and that is not the case. You walk into our store and it's no different than walking into Walmart or AutoZone or any place like that. It's clean, it's neat, and you get your pot, you get it with a thank you. That's just not what the old junkyard was.
So the salvage yard of today is a lot different than the salvage yard of 20, 30 years ago. We're much more computer oriented, and we have all our inventory cataloged, and you can find it very easily on the website.
Everybody has computers now. All our trucks that deliver to 4 states every day, every guy in that truck has a computer. When the car first comes in and it's on the ground, it goes to our inventory department. The inventory department uses computers, handheld computers. They walk around that car and they inventory every part. And the second they hit that button, it's already in front of me at the sales department telling me I have that part and where that part is and the quality of that part. The quicker we have the information, the quicker the customer has the information, the quicker that part is sold.
And when the vehicles come in, they automatically go through me first. Now the system we use actually makes it go through pretty easy. Like the first question it's asking me is the header panel on this specific vehicle good or bad? Some vehicles have header panels, some vehicles don't. This header panel, the way I check it is I pull on the grill, nothing's loose, I don't see any broken tabs or screws missing. Look through. Now with pots like this, especially truck pots, even pieces that are weathered or worn are still good pots. Like this could be repainted and resold, not as a brand new pot, but it's still a usable pot. So this I'd still put in the system as a good pot, but it's weathered. So when it comes in on the lift, we use long forks. We actually pick them up from the back side. We come in and we put them on a twin post beam lift. And I have a guy right now actually taking an engine and transmission out of this Audi A4. So that's a full dismantle. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cats out, which he's already done. They'll go into the core bins, I'll show you later. Same thing with all the accessories and the calipers. More than likely we're gonna wind up stocking rear axles. We're gonna wind up stocking body parts, all these other little pieces. Now after this vehicle leaves me, it's gonna go into a dismantling section over here. And I'm gonna pull off everything that I feel that will sell, or that is high in value, or that we don't have much of that's still high in value.
And the dismantling side is where we really, we rip apart the vehicle for everything that we want to save, everything that we want to core. All the different metals go in there, certain aspects and where they're supposed to be. Everything gets recycled. Everything.
We go to great lengths to make sure that we're good stewards of the environment. Spills happen, small oil spills happen. We try to clean them up and keep them contained as much as we can. But better than that, we drain all of our fluids before the vehicle's processed and crushed. And then the used oil, gear oil and engine oil and transmission oil, we repurpose that and we recycle that and we use that into heating oil for our waste oil burners, and so we generate heat. The fuel gets drained and we reuse that fuel in our delivery trucks. We recycle as much as we can from the vehicle. Automobiles are the most recycled consumer products in the world. Studies have shown that 80% of a vehicle can be recycled by weight, and every year that gets greater and greater. Our industry is actually carbon negative. When you buy a used vehicle, you're helping the environment because now that part is being reused. Minerals have already been dug out of the ground. Energy's already been used up in manufacturing that part. When you reuse a part, that's the highest form of recycling.
Here is our warehouse. This is where we keep our large parts and drivetrain, our transmissions, and our engines. Each one of these shelves are labeled so we know where it is. We also have part numbers on all our engines and transmissions so we know where to find them in each location. We come by with a Big Joe, we lift them up and take them down, we put them on delivery trucks and ship them out, or for customers, we put them right onto their truck. A lot of people think junkyards, they have old cars here. Don't think that cars get into accidents. This is where they come. So we have a lot of good parts.
Our parts are the same part that the vehicle manufacturer manufactured for the assembly of their vehicles. So you know the fit and finish is the same as the part that you're replacing. This part was made by and sourced by the General Motors or Ford or Toyota, whatever car you had.
The reason to buy the used part definitely is the money. It'll last just as long as your car as any of the other products you can buy, but you've bought it probably for about a third of the cost. The tools we have today are so much advanced over the tools we used to have. When a salesman takes a call today, 6 times out of 10, the customer already knows what the part is. He already knows what he's asking you for. He's already looked to see what the mileage is and the usage is on it. It's an educated consumer we have today that we didn't have 40 years ago.
All of these cars in this area right here are all been dismantled, and we're just waiting to put them in a section, a U-pull section, for us to sell more parts off of them. But some are going to be crushed. And when I designate them to be crushed, I put a big white X on them. And then what we'll do is we'll bring them up and we'll pull whatever remaining salvageable, recyclable parts are around the vehicle. Like we'll pull the wire harness right here and we'll recycle this wire harness. He'll pull out of the inside of the vehicle. He'll pull whatever small computers are in there. He'll pull whatever metal is thrown in here. We'll upgrade that metal so we can get more for the metal. There's some aluminum radiators and AC condensers in there. We'll pull those and we'll sell those separately. And eventually this vehicle, after we've gone through it a second time and upgraded the metal, we'll crush it and then it'll get recycled.
The automobile recycling industry is huge. People don't realize it, but we are the 16th largest industry in the United States. I think our industry employs over 100,000 people, and we have, I think, 25 billion in revenues just in the United States alone. But auto recycling is worldwide. It's in every country. Wherever you see an automobile, you can bet that there's an automobile recycling facility. Some are a little bit more progressive than others, but they are quickly modernizing and quickly realizing that there's profits to be made in automobile recycling.